Good morning, everybody. I discovered that truly that saying that truth is bitter is really true. The truth is really bitter because in this country, Nigeria now, nobody is telling anybody the truth. Nobody. Everybody is just supporting you based on your value. They don't mind if you are doing the right thing or not. As long as you are valuable in their eyes, they just support you. You know. See, I am not here to justify any man of God, okay? A man of God that is wrong in the eyes of men is wrong in the eyes of men. If he's right in the eyes of God and wrong in the eyes of men, no problem. If he's wrong in the sight of men and wrong in the sight of God, it's still no problem. That's for him to handle. I'm not trying to justify any man of God that is doing some things because you can't judge anybody. We are uncondemnable now. So this is what I'm trying to say now. There's a particular sin in the Bible, this particular sin, that God, from Genesis, God himself hated so much. That particular sin made him to, number one, get angry. Number two, he expressed his wrath. Number three, that particular sin made him to abandon the children of Israel, his own children, for years. A journey of 40 days from Egypt to the Canaan land became 40 years in the wilderness because of that particular sin. That particular sin, if you read from Genesis to Revelation, has made a lot of kings, well-known, honored, respected, wealthy king, falling down. It has made them to fall down. But if you discover at the end of this particular sin, those who realize that they have sinned against God used to come back and plead for mercy. And because his mercy is ever new, it renews every morning, it is so plenteous, it has been from of old, he do have mercy again on them. But you see, when they come back to him, they still go back to fall on this particular sin. Now, Malachi 3:6, I am the Lord, I change it not. That particular sin is the sin of idolatry. That particular sin is the sin of idolatry. It's still happening till today. Idolatry. See, let me tell you something. The Bible clearly says you shall not bow down to any graven image. Any image that resembles anything in heaven, on earth, or beneath the earth, you shouldn't bow down to it. You are giving your glory to that image. That is number one. So no matter how the devil wants to whine it for you and bring it into the church or into Christianity, bowing down to what is not Christ himself is still idolatry till tomorrow. And a lot of people are doing it because of ignorance. Some are doing it because of wickedness. Some are doing it deliberately and very, very intentional about it. Some are very proud to bow down to other gods instead of the one that created them. Meanwhile, some, is not their fault. Their eyes are still blind. Because I was in that shoe in those days. When I was blind and in darkness, there is no village in Benue that I did not go. For all of those kind of sometimes treatment, sometimes you just want to go and do one or two and they will ask you to kneel in front of one kind of nonsense backhoe that they used to mold somebody and carve something, one nonsense face. Ignorance. See, I want to tell you something. No matter how a man is valuable to the society, if you are a true Christian and a true believer of God, if the person goes wrong when it comes to idolatry or when it comes to believing in people who serve idols, you should be able to caution that person if you truly love them. You should be able to caution that person if you truly, truly love them. I'm saying this to people out there. No matter how influential you are in the community, no matter how valuable you are in the community, immediately you go and start believing in idol worshippers and you start bowing down to it yourself, you start doing fetish and demonic things, then you are out of track. No matter how valuable you are, believers of God, true believers of God will dispose you. But the ones who are lukewarm, who are in between Christianity and the other side, we always support that kind of person. That idolatry in the Bible is called adultery. If you look at it very well, when the children of Israel leaves God Almighty to go and mold calf or serve other gods, God will tell them, you have committed adultery. You have left me, your husband, to serve another person. And he will not be pleading with them to come back. Return unto me and I will return unto you. Still, these people will not hear. They will continue. When the struggle is hard, that is when they will not realize themselves. They will not tear their clothes in dust and ashes and start pleading. And this merciful God will still have mercy on them and carry them again and put them on the right track. By the time they're on the right track and they think everything is all right, and they see everything is all right, they will not go back to those gods. As a man, don't forget where you are coming from. There was a God that was with you when you had nothing. There was a God that stood for you when you had nothing. There was a God that sustained you when you had nothing. There was a God that provided for you. That is why you did not die. Today, small money, small influence, small money and small influence you have, small fame, you are now carrying Babalawo and you are walking up and down with the person. And if they ask you, you open your mouth to say, Africa should go back to their roots. Africa should go back to their roots. When Africa was in their roots, was the government good? Was Nigeria good? Who do you think can change Nigeria? If you train your children from home to be fair and just, tomorrow they become leaders, they will be fair and just. It is because many homes have failed to teach their families, their children, the right thing. That is why we are having bad leaders and bad governance. Everybody is greedy. Nobody is thinking about anybody. Small fame, small money. You have now left the God that stood for you when every other person left you. You are now going to carry Babalawo as your bodyguard. You are now serving, going to bow down. You're a full-grown man like you, full-grown man. From your head to your toe, as huge and full, as bodily as you are going to bow down to believe in somebody. Even though you're not bowing down to it directly, you have believed and you are believing in somebody who is serving idols, who is summoning the spirit of dead people to talk to them, who is summoning the marine spirit from the water to give them money, who is into divination, who is into all kinds of demonic, devilish, fetish, and rubbish kind of belief. And you are living the God that kept you till this moment. And in your mind, you are a big boy. No. In your mind, I'm untouchable. I have the backing of the gods. See, let me tell you something. There's a government that is above the government of those gods. Romans 13, he said, every power is subjected under the higher power. And every power that does not comply and do the right thing under the higher power shall be condemned. So all those spirits and all those gods, they are already condemned, safe. So you going to serve and believe in them, you are joining them to be condemned.